Ladies and gentlemen, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to ETF2L Winter 2023, or otherwise known ETF2L Season 44. We're getting up there in the season at this point. We've got NOOBPANZER versus Nati Noot. It's a Week 4 game, even though we are technically Week 5 at this point. NOOBPANZER have decided to take ETF2L's schedule and kindly just throw it out of the window, play games whenever they want. Last week you saw them play their Week 2 game, now we're watching them play their Week 4 game. But it should actually catch them up with the schedule. So we've got NOOBPANZER. They're playing against Nati Noot, young up-and-coming Prem superstars. Tonight, I've got JMax on production suffering through me. He thought he was going to do fully charged. He's not. It's actually been moved to tomorrow, more or less at the end of the game. But I'm also here with the one and only person who will talk to me about Pokemon for more than 5 seconds, DuMmTm. Hello.
Hey, what up? This should be an interesting one as well. This whole season so far has just been 3 teams running away at the top and then everyone else just slaughtering each other. TF2 Witness and NOOBPANZER undefeated so far, all sitting very high up the tables right now. NOOBPANZER are still in position to keep up with them, but you know, in the last 3 weeks they all have to play each other, so things will change up there quite significantly. And while Witness might still be the shoe-in for many to win, the Frenchies have made both of those up there bleed already, and we don't know yet how NOOBPANZER actually stands up against those 2 big guys up top, because the last few times we've seen him against anyone else, it still was dangerously close as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit excited for this one, honestly. I think the last game we saw for NOOBPANZER was against the Shadow Wizard Money Gang, and to be completely honest, Shadow Wizard Money Gang put up one hell of a Prem game in exactly all of the wrong ways. I think you guys might have seen the Twitch clip of Mac dying on the rollout. If you haven't, go watch it because it's really funny. Besides that, I think just overall, Wizards, they had Geordie running around on tilt direct hit for half of both maps. This really wasn't a good showing from them.
Until
I'm still
it was
kind of looking
at the
for a
end.
decent litmus test of how good NOOBPANZER actually are. We saw them play against Swift in one of their games as well, with their Week 3 game, and that was also, I'm gonna be honest, not the most exciting game I've ever seen. Really, really slow. And NOOBPANZER on the Nati Noot rather. The other hand, they've been taking it a bit to the top teams. I think their schedule so far has been a lot tougher than NOOBPANZER, and they haven't been getting that many points. They took 3 off of the Frenchies, which I think is 3 more than anyone expected. Other than that, they have 0 points from the other top teams that they've now played.
Yeah.
And looking at NOOBPANZER, this is another one where I think honestly NOOBPANZER probably in the same tier as the Frenchies. And Nati Noot might be looking once again to cause some mischief, because I'm going to be honest, NOOBPANZER, they're sitting at the top of the tables, but their route to the top of the table isn't the most clean thing I've ever seen in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's been some struggles getting there. The CSU game, especially starting with the season immediately for the banger there for the viewers, but I'm sure they weren't quite so happy about that much trouble being put up getting to the win there in the end. But they've been getting the wins. As much work as it's been every single time for NOOBPANZER. They are clinging on to the top spot still, even against the teams they maybe would want a little bit more confident wins again, like the newcomer squad of Swift, for example. But a win's a win. As slow and painful the game might have been against Swift Gaming as well, they got through it in the end, and tonight can't be any different. You're just going to keep composure, have that every time. They have the clutch factor every time as well. Really, really important. So they're not getting unfocused at any points during these games, and even if it's like a really, really slow match like against Swift, they're keeping in it.
I think we'll take a look at the maps tonight as well. It's going to be Snakewater rather, into Sunshine. Should honestly these maps kind of play into a little bit of a slower play style. I'm excited to see what NOOBPANZER does. I think honestly so far, I think for me, the thing that puts NOOBPANZER behind the other top 2 teams, both Witness and TF2 Easy, you have players on that team where you look at them and say, okay, these guys have potential to be like the best player in the league. You know, Witness, they obviously have Thomas, they have Pappy, you know, Ixie's kind of goated as well. Domo also kind of, the whole roster is pretty insane, right? You look at TF2 Easy, they also have really, really strong players across the board. And they also have these big like X Factor players and people like Nubby. Not sure if I can quite pick out anyone on NOOBPANZER that has that sort of X Factor to the same extent as TF2 Easy and Witness do. I think we have seen a little bit from Shocky, has been pulling out some fancy plays so far. Wonder if he can get back to the days of old, the old glory days of him just like 1v3ing Badlands choke, bring back Badlands. Every single mid for Epsilon. Be good to see.
I will see. It will be an interesting one as well. I'm really curious to see if Nati Noot can sneak some points away from this one. Like you said as well, they've been getting dangerously close on everyone as well. And really, that's just the narrative for them this season, right? No one expected them to be here to begin with, and suddenly, the week 2 already, they're getting points against a team that is getting points of the top 2 as well. So everything's making no sense, but it's making for a whole lot of good content this season as well. So I'm very much hoping this won't be any different. Reason, I guess, worth noting as well, this game has been delayed is because Faust wasn't able to play last week. So they really wanted to have their medic here. And I mean, in that position, everything helps, I suppose, right? You want to play in the best conditions possible to have any chance you can get. And we'll see, I guess, if it's good enough here for them as well. Don't forget as well the hectic few minutes after the season actually started where they still had to figure out who their second scout actually will be.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. I think Faust is the main caller for Nati Noot. I asked him himself last week if he wanted to come and fully charge. He's like, no, I'm not here all week. And I'm really worried about my team because I'm the one that main calls, tells everyone what to do, go over demos and stuff like that. He does a lot for the team, tells them what to do. I think, having a player like that with you is pretty important. We've seen that on teams in the past like Swift, or rather Seven, when they haven't had Cadus on. They got nerfed a little bit. But I think this should be an exciting game. I think, honestly, Nati Noot, they have been performing more or less like a middle-tier Prem team. You just look at the teams that they've had to play so far, and they will just not have as many points. I think they played pretty good against both the top teams. Excited to see what happens. I think if you look at these teams, any Zuma enjoyers in the chat will be big fans of guys like Hexari, who has been playing for less than a year. He's here anyway, and
he just like me for real.
I don't want to be dramatic, DuMmTm, but we are we are walking the line.
They asked us if they can start. We said yes, and they still haven't started. I just want to point this out.
It is actually the casters. It is specifically me that has told them to not start, by the way.
I can see what's being said.
Unless someone right now subscribes to twitch.tv/DuMmTm, I will not start the game.
I feel like this might not be true, but, you know. Actually, JMaxchill is right. Why don't you subscribe yourself, idiot?
I don't have any money right now, DuMmTm. I'm very sorry.
That doesn't sound real.
I'm a broke little boy. I have a job interview tomorrow. Hopefully that goes well.
Pepe
laugh. Anyway, guys, let's talk about this game, Snakewater. This is a map where we actually saw Nati Noot.
Okay, no. Here's the real narrative, right? How much time will we spend on last this game? That's really what we need to figure out.
We are either on last for the entire game, or we are never on last.
That's really it, right? Either you're in mid-second.
That's my analysis.
Just fighting back and forth, trade that second point over and over and over, back and forth through mid, or it's just sitting not last forever. You never know. I don't know, with Snakewater Sunshine, this could be very much a slow game. I wouldn't be surprised necessarily. NOOBPANZER handled it. They didn't handle it greatly, maybe last time I've seen them make these games in a Swift match, but they managed to keep themselves alive through it also. Maybe it will be good enough for them.
I have a scary diagnosis of multiple teams in Prem this season of having good mids and having no idea how to push last. We kind of saw that last week, especially. There was some really, really slow games, or 2 weeks ago, rather, week 3. There's some very, very slow, dangerously scary slow games, and I hope that we have moved on from that. Hopefully NOOBPANZER have worked on that a little bit. Snakewater obviously can be hard to push into if you let the enemy team set up. Surely
maybe Jordy was onto something with the direct hit. Maybe that's how you take down the gun and break the last.
Do you think that maybe every Prem team actually knows how to deal with the Snakewater last sentry gun? They're just holding it back because they don't want Americans to know?
True, everyone's holding it for grand finals. That's the real strat, yeah.
Next time, next I series, I-72 or something. Finals is the first time that we're ever going to see.
Pushes Snakewater last.
It's gonna be really cool because the Americans will be holding last, and then we get to flame the Americans for holding last the entire time.
Real.
And then Pappy Genius Brain pulls it out of the bag, destroys the sentry gun somehow with a new undiscovered tech, and we win the grand finals.
Just wills it into existence.
Yeah.
How does he do it?
God. JMax is just giving us 30 seconds. What do we say?
I don't know. He's just sounding like the PDA in Subnautica until we drop.
It's actually really cool because he thinks he can start the game in 30 seconds, but he can't because I'm the one starting the game and I haven't pushed the button yet.
That is true. I can confirm this. Oh no, he clicked the button. Oh no.
Wait, I misclicked. Oh no, we're starting! Guys, I messed up. I pressed the wrong button. We're into ETF2L Winter 2023. We're in week 4. We've got NOOBPANZER versus Nati Noot. Both these teams are looking to score some points for Nati Noot. Would put them pretty mid-table, and NOOBPANZER in their quest for top 4. They really cannot afford to drop some points here tonight against Nati Noot at all. We're on to mid. Both teams are sitting mighty slow so far.
We'll see how it turns out here on the mid-fight. Both teams spamming across the point. This mid-fight's either as aggressive as January or the slowest one we have. There's no in between, but the mid-fight's on Snakewater a lot of the time as well. With a flank by Shocking behind, we're waiting for that to come through. Hexer, he sees it happening, but will just catch an L really quickly, and with the second German scout on Icon Foxy shooting down Nati Noot as well. They're not standing much of a chance, and he might not survive either. Has to take the long way out here. The pipe still hit. The lock and load as disgusting as always.
That was such a weird mid. Nati Noot, they showed up and they just didn't do anything. Waited for 2 of their players to go down, and NOOBPANZER just kind of take the mid. Force is alive, has 100%. It's not the end of the world. I think, honestly, there is a demo down. So NOOBPANZER, they should be looking to get some form of a second. And you can see Adiski jumping in right now. He gets a single rock up to Force. Doesn't quite get the second. Force lives just fine. Now one soldier down. NOOBPANZER didn't set up on second. They're not going to go anywhere else. And yeah, I mean, I liked Valiant attempt, but now we're in the situation, the scary situation of engineer building sentry gun. Loss is scary and possible for NOOBPANZER. What do we do?
How much time in this like short year Hexer even playing ETF2L for do you think this man spent on engineer now?
He actually plays sniper a lot of the time.
True.
He does it quite a lot, but he's actually lands up on the sniper this time around. He's running the danger shield. And he's gonna scope into the lobby, miss the headshot. Actually, it's just so many red players here funneling into shutters right now. It's Rifle going down already. Playgrade's so low, actually gets taken down. The sack for two here, but it is a demo pick for NOOBPANZER now. They're looking to try maybe come in. Nope, never mind. Body shot out of Lanza is gonna take the wind out of the red team's sail. There's still a soldier hiding in the lobby. It's gonna be Puck, just taken down. 24 HP Lanza isn't gonna go forward, but Hexeri, DuMmTm. Hexeri has crit shotguns. He's walking into spawn.
Okay,
this is
well,
so sad, man. Dude, just give me one. Give me
no
one.
one's close anymore. There we go. Here's the repush from Adiski leading the charge for the rest of the team. They want to fight this one back. There's always a good chance to take this fight on second. And Faust drops Nati Noot as well. He was out and does nothing for the blue team.
This is really scary now for the red team. Oh, for the blue team, rather. Nati Noot. They're down in Ubercharge, and NOOBPANZER have so much to play for. They lost a player, but it's only a soldier. You see they're immediately into lower right now. Sticky's into spawn. Nati Noot, they don't have any time to set up. Uber's finally taken out here, but there's just so much damage already dealt. The cap time just comes through. The heavy's out, but he's not on point. Can't block it. And that is one round for NOOBPANZER off of a very sketchy push here for Nati Noot.
Push equals big mistake, proving true once again. Nati Noot took a chance into second, and to be fair, it was a really good position to be in Fury, right? Especially with the sponsor where they were. They got really far. They just couldn't stop them from actually coming back in. Just did not manage to take enough space. Will cost them dearly. NOOBPANZER with the repush looking very good after a very threatening force attempt at the last to begin with this ball. So they're taking their chances wherever they can on red so far. Let's see how the mid fight looks like on the other side. Now Nati Noot needs to get something started here, unlike the previous mid fight.
It's Rifle doing a lot of work into the enemy kitchen here. Everyone just trying to go in for Puck there. Finally gets taken down by Lanza, follows up. Now Voxy's so low. It's only Shocky pushing forwards, but it's just a Rifle sitting on top right now. Nati goes down in kitchen, but there's so much space for Nati Noot to work with here. Ryan just still sitting on top. Decent damage on tech there as Hexeri just runs into Saw, gets Pickles. Adiski going down as well as a doorway into the enemy kitchen, but just don't think he's realistically able to find anything. 2 versus 1. Force is sitting on balcony. He's just A-okay. That's a mid-fight victory. So slow once again. But just one soldier, a little bit of pressure in the kitchen, and it works out.
Yeah, it barely got away for this turn, Nati Noot, and this is going to be a huge change of pace now. We'll see the blue team on the other side of the map all of a sudden. Maybe take some chances here. Nothing's on second yet. Pickles doesn't have anything, so time to see if Nati Noot have anything in store for us on this last point. NOOBPANZER look very, very threatening with that, like, just 2-for-2 exchange, really just everyone throwing themselves into last the second they could with the gun, not being as impressive as it could have been, and we need to see these guys take some chances like this as well.
Uber coming in straight onto Lanza. They're going to have to focus down the gun, and Stefan actually already up on this Heavy. Going to have to get shot down here. Playgrade bombs in. Heavy finally gets taken down, but it's so much damage dealt now to Nati Noot already. There's a Puck up top. He can do so much damage. He has to be careful, though. There might be low health bars, but there's a lot of them now. Just Joe and Pickles. as Nati Noot, they heal up. There's 4 seconds for 2 spawners here, but the damage comes through. Pickles and Joe both get taken down, and that's a round on the board. Nati Noot, they respond in force. It's 1-1.
Yeah, and that's just the value focus fire, right? Like he said, everyone was incredibly weak on Nati Noot, but they just pulled the damage a little bit better, took the guys down they really had to, especially at heavy, just barely piped down in time by Playgray, and every bit of damage mattered tremendously for Nati Noot. Up 1 on their part now as well, tied up game, 1 more chance to pull ahead now, still early in the game as well, after a bit of last hold like we've seen before. It feels like a long time has passed already, but we're barely 5 minutes in. Let's see who can claim the lead back on this next mid-fight.
Such a slow one once again. This is just Shocky trying to go forward. It's trying to make any sort of space. But the high ground right now, it's in Nati Noot's favor. Ryan gets taken a lot very low here. This almost hits that skybox. Doesn't quite hit him. It's a bit upsetting. But now Joe can just walk forward. So much space has been
behind
created.
him as well.
It's up in. It doesn't hit the headshot, but Force just falls to his death anyway. Nice little rocket there from Nati towards the end. Stefan says he's gonna die and choke. He's just 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 gonna die and choke.
He's gonna trade at least. Well, could have been worse. I don't know. NOOBPANZER just threw puck in behind, basically, but straight over the head. They were really, really pressured out of position there. Just rotated back into the choke area, completely into territory where NOOBPANZER just could take the entire point. And at that point, puck hasn't even done damage yet, and he still basically won the mid fight completely. And he wasn't even done yet as well. Takes down the combo with that as well, and with Faust having nothing to respond to as well, they don't need to figure out how to break open the last point. This is one for the taking by the look of it.
They're looking pretty solid in the lobby so far. There's a sniper up on Hex there. He's going to have to hit a headshot pretty much immediately here. The push to go in. Decent damage on the Pickles. He's just going to pop instantly forward as a sentry gun taken down. Ryan now dead as well. There's a lot of ground now for Nati Noot to cover. Decent damage as he bombs forward, but just gets taken down instead. There's no one on the blue team to hold the point. Once again, heavy in spawn is not heavy on point and just doesn't do anything. That's a round for NOOBPANZER. They're up 2-1 here. These rounds have been very quick and very dominant.
Yeah, quick response here as well. Very different affair on the last one as well. Didn't need to really kill anyone as they just forced them back, right? Simple as that sometimes. You need to make a choice here. Do you get out of spawn somehow past these guys that are invincible in front of you, or are you sitting back? They tried to sit back, but they didn't give them the chance to. Quick cap time will put them out of misery real quick as well, and straight back to the mid fight. Then you once again trying to take the initiative here. Ryan with the bomb through on the bedding, lands on his hand, but somehow Pickles still finds the bomb anyway, or Surf even, and manages to get out of there.
He's in such a good position as well. Nati Noot tries to go behind, but unfortunately, there's just not really anywhere for him to go. Now, Force is so careful trying to get out from the choke. There's actually a kill. Hexeris just found 1 kill onto Shocky there in Saw, which means it's 2 for 2 now. 1 soldier, 1 scout down for both teams. It's going to allow Nati Noot to stay on second. You can see NOOBPANZER, they're already posturing up, trying to get forward. So there's actually a lot of space to claim for them, especially with Ryan getting taken down so low here in cheese. Difficult for them to push forward here.
This is going to be a whole new game state. We've not seen this match just yet. 9 minutes in, and we'll see how they manage this. Second stalemate. Quick bomb out of Fidisky will fall flat right away, but this is all still directly out of the mid fight, so position help is still a little bit scuffed on Nati Noot. Maybe someone else would take their chances. Scout was looking like it, but not opting for it in the end. Things will slow down one more time on that. Nati Noot will take their chance with only 1 soldier alive. Ryan certainly speaking aggressive quite a bit, but like his chances.
It's so hard to push in though, right? You can see how much spam is just in on that Saw. There's stickies above him as well. Really difficult to get in for Nati Noot. Instead, they're just going to sit back on second. I think, yeah, if you are the red team right now, the ball's honestly... It's not in their court necessarily, but it is in terms of like, trying to get a sack. It's so much easier for a red soldier to get in to blue second than it is for a blue soldier to get into mid. Instead, you can see now Hugo Puck just sitting around window. It's a Disky bombing forwards into cheese now. You can see the flank immediate response takes him down, loses a little bit of pressure on the Saw, but it doesn't really matter as NOOBPANZER, they've sacked that one man. The classic Eames strat. Why open the door for a counter sack? It's not doing anything quite yet though. There is 1 soldier in his own kitchen.
Ryan keeps trying to go from this kitchen area, but never finding the actual opportunity. And I mean, like you said, it's so much easier on the other side to get into the combo for an attempt on the medic's life than it is for Ryan right now. So it's just not happening. 3.5 minutes left for NOOBPANZER to actually get something going. And I mean, there's still benefit of actually trying to make this work as well. Why would you want this to go back to mid? They've been winning more of them, but they've not been winning all of them. So it's not guaranteed to go well. If this does reset, you really want to have success here into the second point sooner or later.
They still have 3 minutes to play for, and they've sent Shocky in it behind. This is such a big factor against the Mac team and last week the Shadow Wizards. But Adiski this time around actually just gets taken down. But Shocky just runs in. 2 shots play great there. Nice little kill. There's still 3 dead here, so they have to play pretty far back with Foxy sitting on top of house. I don't think they can hold mid, but they do just get that demo. I think it takes the wind out of a lot of sails. They're actually just going to go for the Uber trade here on mid instead. Lanza and Force just going to get flashed around. The Force pop comes out 90 as well. It's not the end of the world. Even Uber trade, no big deal. Everyone's back alive. Everyone's happy. Positions on second
I don't
as
know
well.
if they're happy as well. They're just going back all the way, right? They were all on mid and with 2-player ad basically, it's well, 1-player ad even, and it's still fall back all the way to second. Did not like the position there all too much. Send the puck in deep. That man's going down pretty quick. That's 1 down, more to go maybe. We'll see what they can do without this one little soldier. NOOBPANZER have been holding pretty good with after the sacks, right? So surely this shouldn't be too threatening, but maybe Nati Noot are getting desperate now. And speaking of Nati Noot himself, actually getting in there deep early.
It's such an ambitious sack, right? You see every single time that they get aggressive there in a saw, Rifle is just always there in kitchen, trying to see if he can find an angle, getting into mid. Unfortunately, it just hasn't been there for him. On the flank right now, Adiski and Ryan trading a lot of damage there, but a really nice rocket out of Hugo onto Xari just takes out any hope of NOOBPANZER here, not getting second instead. They're getting 3 kills, a demo man included, and they're looking, honestly, just push last. Look how fast Hugo is. He wants this force onto fourth as fast as possible, and they do end up getting it now. It's Foxy probably just getting taken down on Foxy wants to knight out this Uber. NOOBPANZER could go back, wait for their pick to come back up, and they should be looking to push last.
God, Voxy's was actually just kind of late to the sack, but would actually worked out so well in hindsight. Because he's just walking point. They have to look at him. They can't chase him. I think there's no chance of false Bengals in any of that. Works out perfectly. Good job by Puck. Was quick on this one. Always frustrating to see if people in these positions, like 1 or 2 people down, just think, okay, well, it's we'll stalemate here, right? But you have just these few seconds where you can still throw in a second to last. You really got to take the chances there. The good stuff by NOOBPANZER to capitalize, and they're just in prime position now. They haven't beat the Uber at last push yet, so why would this be any different?
All eyes on Lanza to hit the headshot. He almost gets the angle onto Piggles, but Piggles right-clicks before he can take the shot now. Uber comes in and Sentry Gun's down immediately. It's 1 soldier holding the point, but the counter Uber has come out of Forced here, and there's actually not any kills amounting so far. Everyone for NOOBPANZER is so low in lobby, but they managed to stay alive, so in the end, it ends up just being an Uber trade here for both teams as we're back onto last. It's a 10% advantage here for Piggles. That's completely fine. You can see actually they're looking to get a bit cheeky, a bit aggressive on to the right side, but Hugo Puck is taking so much damage, gets destroyed by Nati Noot there. And I think that honestly, it should shut down the aggression. There's 1 soldier rifle in behind. Can do so much work, but he doesn't find the kill onto Piggles. There we go. We're back onto second. It's 70% for both teams. And we're holding last again.
I mean, one thing's for sure already, right? We talked about it before the game. NOOBPANZER might be ahead of a lot of teams right now, but only barely, and this is certainly looking a lot like what we've seen in the past few weeks already. They're hanging in there, they're still in the lead, but one thing goes wrong, and suddenly it's all a very different story. So far, they're not making these big mistakes. The biggest mistake just now really was losing a mid-fight badly, I guess, and that hasn't happened since again. Still looking good on those as well. Lanza back to Sniper for the last hole as well with the Sentry Gun up to... I mean, at this point, you might have to stalemate on Nati Noot, right?
Puck is up on the Sniper to see if he can make anything happen. This guy is not normally on this class, by the way. I've seen some crazy shots out of him this season already. But just 1 kill onto a Disky there, trying to make space for a Sniper. It doesn't amount to much. There's an angle. Play great, doesn't quite hit it. Now, soldiers, everyone's kind of peeking. The Sniper 1v1 is won by Lanza, and that lets Nati Noot now. There's 2 players down, and Disky's still rolling out. You can see the amount of pressure just being dealt by the blue soldiers. They've got Ryan in behind here as well. Nati Noot, both soldiers are behind. I wonder, the trade is coming out, but it's Ryan bumping into Uber players. Just gets taken down instantly. Now the counter Uber, the fight is coming out, but Nati's on second without a team. There's just a Sniper in lobby, but I don't think this can hold anything. Honestly, they're so weak now on NOOBPANZER here. They can just pressure this, push it forwards because Nati Noot have no fragging classes up. It's Voxy going in, gets taken down.
Who needs fragging classes when you have Engineer?
Yep, Engineer is so cool, by the way, guys.
That was like 1 damage by Hexbury themselves, but that 1 damage is all that mattered.
Yep.
Suddenly, they're not pushing anymore, and we are 2 minutes to go before Nati Noot can finally have a second chance on the mid-fight. Maybe NOOBPANZER really don't want to miss this up right now.
This is, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go more aggressively for that kill. They had 2 soldier kills.
Maybe,
I think,
right?
honestly, probably just the sentry gun keeping them back. Now, they're looking to spam through lower, the classic solution of kill the gun with 2 soldiers, but unfortunately, Nati Noot almost takes down Puck. He's gonna have to get healed back up by Piggles. Instead now, it's just exchanges into lower. Not much, honestly, really happening. There's still one Lanza on the sniper. You're going to have to watch out. It's actually just an infiltrate coming in. They want to take down the gun, and they do get it. Dispenser kill is huge. But Dispenser and Sentry Gun for Ubercharge, that's a trade that not even take any day of the week. Question is, though, they didn't actually get any frags. Can they push this out without... No, they actually swap up the Sentry Gun now. No Sentry Gun on last. Could be NOOBPANZER trying to bait them into a push here.
I've seen this movie before. Let's see if push-out works this time around. In all the way here. Pipestone Medic already hitting. Puck trying to sneak behind. Both soldiers watching that diligently, though. Not making it happen. Shocky does get noticed onto Haxery, but there's more people waiting on last. 2 soldiers against 1 scout.
Oh my god.
No, he does it again.
He's just built different, this guy. Oh my god.
This man is like 3 times as old as most of the blue team.
This guy is like twice as old as the entirety of Nati Noot, and he just walks in, 2 shots one guy, 2 shots another guy, and it's just over, man. This guy, when I was doing Arcadia research, I did like team histories of all the players, and Shocky's singular team history was longer than the entirety of, I think, TF2 Easy. Because he had just been around for so long. He's just played for so long. He's been so good for so long. I think, honestly, he's had a few mediocre seasons, but this time on NOOBPANZER, he's really stepping up, doing such a good job. On this mid, though, it's Voxy coming in with the first frag, but it's the rest of the team, honestly, getting kills here for Nati Noot, but Forced gets taken down. Shocky dead as well, but keeping Piggles alive is all that matters here for NOOBPANZER. They just keep their Piggles alive, get him up to 100%. They have an Uber to push in the mid with.
Alright, here we go. Faust still down. Big ad out of this mid loss for NOOBPANZER, so no one's really quite happy with this result, but I assume we'll see a quick push here once the spawns come in, waiting for Shock, and then the red team should be good to go. And heavy weapons already brought out, maybe not quite literally here, the sniper rifle instead on Haxery, coming through to see if they can maybe just push or kill this push before it even really...
But unfortunately, right now, the rest of NOOBPANZER are coming in through Source. He's actually immediately spot Noobid Scout and Noobid Medic. He won't be able to shoot either of them. They're going to lose the Plague Ray as well. No demo means that Nati Noot, honestly, they probably can't even hold second here. Yes, they've got 60%, but they have a sniper and no demo. Makes it really hard here, especially with that soldier taking a lot of damage as well. Xari now has to hit some shots. They haven't been able to find much damage yet. Puck bombs in, trying to get a kill. It's only 1 kill onto Ryan here. Not the end of the world. Nice headshot, though. On to Voxy. He's going to shut down the NOOBPANZER aggression. Question is, can they get any more? They have a demo man here to play with as well. Joe dead for NOOBPANZER. This is scary now.
And you got to convert these. Sniper might still be in a bad position. It is on the flank, taking care of that much. And let's see how they deal with this one. Ooh, they're quick on it though. They're not letting get out at all. Small little effort for that. You nice one for the logs later, but what matters now is that they actually get these numbers up top. Be looking a little bit different. The spawn still 2 behind. Gotta have some options onto second. Maybe advantage is dwindling though.
Advantage is dwindling. It's completely fine here for NOOBPANZER. Honestly, I don't think Nati Noot can get in time. They're actually peeking towards grass here, but the stickies around, they're going to have to clear. They're going to have to watch for soldier bomb of some sorts as well. We can see NOOBPANZER, they're just posturing up as well, but the bomb comes forward here onto Piggles. Uber's popped immediately. Counter Uber still has been popped here by Force. He's holding off for so long, and that Uber charge advantage, they didn't have it, but now instead it's up to a Disky. He's in onto Saw, but the enemy team, they're just pushing forwards instead. 1 kill to Rifle now. They're down 2 soldiers here for Nati Noot. This push has gone so horribly wrong because Plague Ray's down as well. It's 2 scouts up. They're going to have to fight the whole team on their own, and they're not going to be able to get it. Instead, NOOBPANZER can come forward. This is so vulnerable here on grass. The Zuma scout's going to have to step up. It's Xari on his own. He's not with his medic. Force is trying to run out. Shocky on Saw does it win the 1v1 with Nati Noot. Xari did as well. That push, absolute disaster.
I don't know why they didn't just wait for spawns. They had the guy behind. I think they would have been fine if Ryan just kill binded, and they would have just waited for a respawn wave maybe. If not even just chase with the Uber. They did, I feel like, the worst of all options they could have. Wait longer, you're gonna have all numbers up again. Or you don't hold for that long, just chase them down, get kills before they can fall back into safety. This way they got nothing done with this Uber.
Yeah, it was such a shame that they lose all their players. I think losing that 1 soldier is fine, but the second Ryan goes down makes it so hard. Plague Ray just right clicks at the right moment. Pickles is down, so is Moxie. And that means that Nati Noot are back in this round. They have to be forced alive though. Adiski does so much damage in lobby, but they've managed to clean up all. Joe can walk back into choke, but at what cost? He's so low, Mac actually just get barely not taken down here, but he's 10 HP on mid. That sticky trap, I have no idea when that was, but Pickles died to it.
Well, Playgray has full knowledge of where he puts these things, and that is all that's needed for him there. Maybe Joe can put up some magic as well, has some traps on the mid point as well, one on high ground, I think one on the lower ground at the point as well, but looks like Nati Noot, as aware of the sticky trap, as they are of their opponents not falling for anything Joe puts up there as well, and back around it goes. We've seen him beat this last time, but this is a much better entry here, even with the sniper having a little bit of a sideline there from forward spawn. Looks like they might be getting it all the way, and the advantage is slowly disappearing, but maybe they still take a chance at the last.
They're walking into lower right now, but there's no scout in this push. They're going to have to wait for Lanza to get with his team. I think that might actually just buy Pickles the amount of time that he needs. He's in 90, 100%. Hugo Force is just dead. Bomb out of Hugo takes him down, and once again, they have the advantage. Unfortunately, a little bit of idiosyncrasies in the team. They don't have the synergy, and they lose that push. This is a disaster now. Pickles, he popped the Uber of his own as well, but he's all the way up to 40%.
No, I can only imagine what the reasoning for this one was as well. They wanted to just not use Thirsty. They knew they were not gonna have enough advantage to get away with actually killing anyone with an Uber ad, so they just tried to and hope that they will come in with the Uber first on their part on red, rushed out of onto point maybe, but they did not see the solo spamming from up top point. I think Faust had no sideline on that from the lower area there, and they will just pay a steep price now. Uber ad still there for NOOBPANZER after getting out a second. This should just go through mid pretty seamlessly.
They're looking to go through right now, NOOBPANZER. They're just gonna come through right now. It's two players in their own kitchen. Shocky does take a lot of damage, but it's a kill onto Nati Noot. The Uber does get forced though. Such a big deal. Yes, you can lose your soldier van, especially if Adiski bombs forwards into a scout, just loses the 1v1. It's completely fine for Nati. Yes, they've lost the midpoint. I say that, but it's 70-80% for Force, and just come right back.
We'll see. Fight on mid starting again, bomb through by Puck, does get a lot of damage, but what's the rest of the team here? I think Shocky is trying to get into the backline. No in quantity, however, to easily take the off as well. A couple of traps all around, but that should not really get him and blind that Joe will not succeed. Hard to time those when you don't see when people are stepping on a point as well, since they already have that point as well. And you don't need to wait for a cap, they can just keep on rolling forward as well. And once again, trying to get in from lower back cap attempt. Ryan's trying to block this, but he's getting 2v1.
Nati's the only one on point. They need another player here, and I think the scout just might do it. He's held on for long enough, almost wins the 1v1, and there's Lanza just in the meantime killing Pickles here. There's two behind for NOOBPANZER, but they're both so low. I don't think he can help their team that much. It's Shocky onto lower now. The fight is coming forward, but the rockets are huge out of Nati Noot. But instead, it is NOOBPANZER cleaning up. It's one scout and Lanza. He's managed to find 2 kills onto Hugo. He's gonna have to 2v1. Adiski's so low, but so is Lanza. He's walking forwards onto the point, but the rockets come out of Adiski. They're both very weak, but they hold on. Playgray going down.
How are they holding this? That was looking impossible with the players having to come back from the back lines. But somehow, Playgray got dropped from this. That's really the problem. They were lacking so much damage they should have just had. But without the demo man, it's just all fallen apart for Nati Noot as well. It's such good positions that they're just barely throwing away.
So tragic for Nati Noot. They've had a couple really good chances this game, and they haven't been able to capitalize now. And we're going to have to start talking about the round time a little bit. There's only 6 minutes left, and they're down 2 rounds. They get this round right now, somehow, some way. They have to get another one on that just to tie the game. It's both snipers for both teams right now, as Stefan, Shocky, and Xeri both on the sniper. I think they've spotted each other as well. As they're just posturing up. Relatively same position. There we go. They see each other again. Neither of them shoot. Sniper being called out for NOOBPANZER is huge. It means that Pickles can hold a little bit further back, not in any risk of getting headshots sitting there on the dispenser. Sentry gun up. There's a little bit of a cannonball meta as well out of Joe, just to deny further bombers here.
That's interesting to see that they instantly gravitated to putting up a sniper for the standmate as well. For one, obviously, you know, behind on time, it's never really that great, but also just in comparison to how NOOBPANZER was approaching the whole thing, right? With their sack attempts at the beginning of the game. Very different approach so far. Actually, might be getting close, but close hasn't been good enough all game.
Xeri's so close to killing Joe there. Unfortunately, just doesn't quite hit the headshot. Only gets the body shot. Joe lives on a measly 25 HP, something like that. I'm actually not sure. I just saw the health bar. I'm pretty sure it's like 25, to be honest. But yeah, there we go. He's back up on scout this time around. Not willing to take the risk once again. He's just going to roll back slowly but surely.
You gotta find the options to actually exchange for, right? If not, just find immediate sacks for force, but I haven't seen a lot of Nati Noot this game yet. And on this map, it is not that easy.
Decent damage here onto Disky on the side, trying to pick him off, but it's so hard to even find the opening angle here. You can see now, actually, there's a little bit, but unfortunately, the sentry gun just puts a pipe in the sky, and he just doesn't even get the bomb. The only positive thing, they have forced out the buff banner. But it hasn't done anything. Honestly, this buff banner...
No, this buff banner was huge. They just walked into the lobby and forced them.
I'm blind.
How do you hold to that? The rocket does 130.
Oh my god. How am I this blind? I didn't see it, man. I didn't see it.
I mean, to be fair, most of that you to Nima, they got completely caught by surprise. And there's just this so massive tank walking their way.
I'm gonna be honest, I still think the buff banner not as good as the conch. I think if you are using
Honestly, disagree. I want to see more buff banner.
I mean, both of them are kind of fun, but also not fun. Because I think when we have banners in the game, it means that they are going to sit back and relax while people build up banners. And I prefer it if we don't sit back and relax and push.
Oh, I mean,
things.
Very much incentivized to sit back here.
The more we use banners, the more the Americans are going to call us cringe.
Yeah, but like they don't have healthcare, they don't get to have opinions.
So real. He's so real and cheap, that honestly. There's soldiers bombing in here. They've gotten a single dispenser kill, and now with 3.5 minutes on the board, this actually gets a lot more scary. Let's talk about the 6 minutes earlier, 3.5 minutes for 2 rounds on Snakewater on a map. You can really slow it down like this. This gets really scary for Nati. They're gonna have to find an answer. I wonder if off-classes are coming up. You see Stefan's actually just hiding in spawn right now on the spy, constantly making sure that no one's up to any funny business on Nati Noot.
I mean, honestly, I respect it. You just really want to make sure they have this knowledge here as well. There's the push finally coming through as well. Gun is taken down, but the exchange will just have a much better will for the Recky here. The Playground rotating all the way through spawn has right as well as back.
Oh my god.
Shoulder trade. Bomb towards point, no cap time yet. And Parkish there to finish them off with the second that touches the cap.
And there we go. It's a complete wipe. NOOBPANZER, they managed to capitalize off of it. That honestly felt like a Hail Mary push, but I think they had a little bit more time. 30 seconds on the round timer there, but they just end up sending it. They just don't get it. I'm honestly surprised Playground lived for that long. He was completely abandoned in that push, way too far forwards compared to the rest of his team. No support at all, gets taken down, and that's kind of the push in the books for Nati Noot. I wonder, this might even be the game in the books as well, unless they find something so quick. They're 2 rounds down, DuMmTm.
Yeah, it has to be a win on this mid fight really here. They don't have time for much else. Well, barely hanging on for life, but 2-for-2 exchange right now, and they're losing all the space of it as well. So points turning red, and time's running out.
Time really is running out now. 2 minutes. Nati Noot. They just kind of have to push forwards, have to go for the Hail Mary play. So the soldiers are doing just that. A lot of damage. Pickles just pops an Uber charge. Comes invincible. And now the rest of Nati Noot gonna have to hold on forced here for dear life. He just gets shut down there eventually by the Sawyer Pickles. Does end up getting taken down. It's a medic down for NOOBPANZER. But they just have so many health bars in onto second. Ryan taken down on the flank. Just Lanza on last, and we might even just be looking at another round for NOOBPANZER who pushing in. Lanza is on the heavy and is not on point. It's 4-1 now for NOOBPANZER. They have time. They have time to make it 5-1 and on a round diff.
That would at least in the results make this a lot more confident to win than it ended up being, right? Nati Noot really made them struggle here and hold on for dear life at the end as well on the last point, but once again, even with how much work it might have been, it's still coming out on top in these matches every single time.
Unfortunately, honestly, it feels like Nati Noot have had chances to get that second round on the board, but unfortunately just weren't able to push. The last pushes just weren't all there.
Honestly as well, it's like, it's one of those games as well where I think that his biggest enemies were still themselves more so than NOOBPANZER a lot of the time as well.
Yep.
Then in the like, earlier minutes, NOOBPANZER certainly dominated the game, but then after that, whenever they had a chance, they just kept it more so than NOOBPANZER really punished them for anything, a lot of the time at least. And this is one of those where I hope these guys are keen to do demo reviews, because I think there's a lot to look back on that they just can improve on it, actually.
I think the game is ripe for learning. Like, guys, let's push last without feeding our demo for no reason. It's a really good start. Classic tip.
Big Lance, I hate play already. Damn, is he not taking this seriously or something?
Guys,
How does he not want to win this round? They could still win the match.
This is so unprofessional, man.
Alright, there it is. They got a few more damage numbers for the logs at the end of Nati Noot, but 4-1 is a win for NOOBPANZER, 3 more points for them, and the big three are staying afloat at the top of the table, still undefeated, maybe not unscathed. Everyone's lost points, or at least tremendously many rounds somewhere along the way, but NOOBPANZER still up top with the 2 big dogs you would have expected this season. I assume a lot of people have NOOBPANZER on the radar for one of the better teams, but you know, we're more than halfway through the season and they haven't dropped a map yet.
I would like to propose you a proposal here, DuMmTm.
That's what you do with proposals, yes.
What if, imagine this, okay? What if the League of Shadows from ETF2L Season 43 did not collapse for seemingly no reason over the off-season, and we had them this season as well? So NOOBPANZER had, I think, even more direct competition. That would be crazy.
For one in that scenario, something very strange would happen because one more medic would be needed somewhere, I think. So I don't know.
But Mula just doesn't need to work. It's fine. You can just don't work.
So first of all, we have to materialize a magic medic somewhere. After that, I don't know. It could be fun, I guess. But even then, the season's already sick anyway. So you know, truly, survival of the strongest. And Nati Noot won the game that mattered, which got them here to begin with, I guess. That's all that counts.
Yep. I mean, the scoreline probably displays this game being a little bit more dominant than it actually was. It really, honestly, kind of felt like Nati Noot falling over their own shoelaces for most of the game. They had opportunities to get a second round, potentially even a third. Who knows what would have happened? They've gotten that second round out of those couple attempts that they did have at the last push. They weren't able to convert, and that makes me worried. I think coming to Sunshine DuMmTm, it's our next map. You can see the logs on your screen, guys. They are Snakewater logs. They tell you Snakewater things happened.
I mean, we were fearing, you know, a lot of the last stuff we saw it a little bit of, but by and large, it was a very back and forth game, all things considered. And I wish we could have seen a bit more of the NOOBPANZER until last. If you remember the beginning part where they actually had to make these sketchy plays for the force happen, I would have loved to see a bit more of that. I really am always interested to see how people want to break those dynamics at the top level, because it's so hard on this map, but if you just try it well enough, you can get away with these sort of big sack plays sometimes. And they didn't even really get rid of the gun so much as well. They just kind of did it through the gun, just threw too many people in. What's the gun gonna do? Shoot 3 people at once? Not happening. Got a scout in the medic's face to bomb up high as well, and something might just work out. So maybe some more of that on this map as well. Similar situation here on the next map, I suppose, in that regard as well, the last point.
Yep. Hopefully we see some action pushing into last. Both teams successfully able to convert rounds. I think, honestly, next to Snakewater, Sunshine stands out as the second map where last point is notoriously difficult to convert. And I won't say it makes me worried, but it does make me worried that maybe we're going to see a lot of beef last pushes. This is not an uncommon map where pretty much every team will struggle to push last. You know, we've seen GOAT teams in the past. I-69, group stage.
And truly, we have 2 GOAT teams here as well tonight. So
one of the greatest TF2 moments of my life was the group stage game between Witness Gaming and Froyotech at I-69, where Witness Gaming ran down the clock and got a round reset on Froyotech, and Yak started screaming "Banny, go home" throughout the LAN hall. It was great.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we do not have the added benefit of the hooligans behind us live in game right now. I mean, I don't know what these guys are doing at home. Maybe they do actually, but it's unlikely anyway that they have this emotional benefit right now. I see a bunch of British
people in the chat.
That's not the same.
There's also French people in the chat.
No comment.
Nah, it's fine. I love French people. Do you think DuMmTm? All right, here's the thing. Let's pretend that French people aren't cheating. Would they still be good?
Well, that's not fair, because it's one French person cheating. It's just that he is every French person.
It's just, yeah, but the one French person is every French person, so it kind of makes it...
oh god, I don't remember my fun fact exactly. I think AZN was making up about 10% of all French band players in ETF2L.
Guys, there's a team in low this season, and they're not cheating, okay? I want to be very clear, they're definitely not cheating. There's only Night Terror, Broda, and a guy who's definitely not AZN on that team. But they're just having a good time in low, man. No, but they're just having a good time in low. Just bros being bros, playing some TF2, they're not cheating.
Someone made mid players last time they played. I don't know how they got into low. Who did we pay off here? Kalis, explain.
Yeah, dude, Kalis, don't worry about it. Nah, never mind. No. No comment from me. I'm not getting cancelled today. We are on to Sunshine DuMmTm. And Lancer is currently getting kicked from a server for using a VPN. So we are
this stream is definitely not sponsored by NordVPN. Do not use it. You cannot join Surf Me.
Guys, we're not sponsored by anything. This stream is always sponsored by Surf Me. TFTV is a passion project that exclusively exists to give Enigma ad revenue. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what TFTV does.
Anyway, subscribe to me on Twitch and I can get you a Surf Me premium code.
Holy God.
Not joking.
That's so cool. I'm cutting this from the VOD. Oh my God. But can you imagine if TFTV was actually sponsored? If we got to do like sponsor segments?
I don't know. I just did a sponsor segment for myself, so I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, guys, can you subscribe to my Twitch channel as well? I'll type in XDD in the chat. You can go and you can like subscribe to me. I have one funny emote of myself where like my face is all distorted and weird from the Copenhagen Games 2019
yes. Can we talk about the shower picture instead?
No. Anyway, this game between NOOBPANZER and Nati Noot, I'm really excited for this Sunshine map, specifically because I think we're never leaving last. You asked me last map, you're like, how long are we on last?
I've seen NOOBPANZER against Swift last week. That was the one game we did not have on stream, and I'm kind of glad we didn't.
I watched it on my stream.
It was very boring.
I watched it on my stream, and I'd spent the entire time talking to chat. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it was one of those games, and you know they happen sometimes. Snakewater wasn't one of them. We got a pretty decent game out of that, but I don't know. We've got some threats of it in the last map.
I have faith.
Onus is on Nati Noot, right? NOOBPANZER have shown their hands here. We see what they can do. Nati Noot needs to just step up the game a little bit as well.
I have faith in Shocky to be a genius and find a flank, and it will be epic.
He's done some of that, so you know he's been there a couple times his life, I guess.
Yep, I love Shocky, actually. I want to give, I think we mentioned this on the TFTV cast about 20 times at this point, but once again, one of the funniest moments of Arcadia was Piggles. When he played against the Germans and Shocky, every single time they killed Shocky, he would just start yelling, "Let's go Epsilon," at the top of his lungs through the LAN hole, and it was great. Unfortunately, I was casting.
I don't even remember.
I didn't get to hear it, but
I don't even know who told me this, but another Shocky fun fact is that he has a lot of Steam accounts.
Does he?
Apparently so, yeah.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Like a lot of them.
Oh my God. He's ranked 84th in kills, 100th in damage. This guy's a noob.
No, that's 84th like lifetime, like ETF2L.
Wait, who's above him? Like,
actual lifetime.
Joe and
probably
Layla?
like
I don't know. Like, could be anyone.
God, if only Steven's stats had that, actually. That'd be amazing.
All right, guys. Like, here's the thing. Okay, we're so far down the rabbit hole of like trying to fill time, and I'm really bad at filling time. And I'm just trapped in this endless vortex of Lanza trying to connect to the server at the moment.
Is he still struggling to turn off his VPN?
I mean, on our side, yes, but we're also on an STV. We're a minute and 30 behind, but JMax has also not told us that we're going live. So...
I can say they haven't done so.
Oh my God. I was so scared that JMax would post a different link there in chat, I'm not gonna lie. Thank God. God bless.
Okay, well, we can play a minigame here. Chad, what is, in order, the 5 most banned countries on ETF2L? Take your guesses in the chat box below. I will reveal at some point later.
Guys, typing France is cheating. That one's a freebie.
Well, you have to get the order right as well.
Oh, okay.
What if they're not second or something? I don't know.
You're getting dono walled by the chat right now. It's kind of cringe.
Bonus, any British countries are considered United Kingdom here, I guess.
UK. Oh my God. This is so exciting, guys. We've actually been told that we're going live soon, apparently. But
okay, I can tell you it is not the entire Balkan that's top 5.
But
thank you for the guest, Chad. It's also not Poland 5-time. All opponents in there somewhere, I think.
Probably, no? I mean, what's number one? It's definitely France, right? Or is
well,
it Germany, actually? It could be Germany.
It's international, technically, but if you're not counting that, then it is Russia, and then it's the UK. Very close together, actually. Both very close up there.
Were there that many British cheaters?
Apparently, yes.
I mean, we've got one on the server with Puck, right? So it's kind of makes sense.
True and real.
Yep.
And then Poland's number 3, actually.
I really hope that there are so many people watching this stream that have no idea that this is a joke that I'm making right now about Puck cheating. They just think I'm serious. This guy's just cheating. That'd be great.
I mean,
my power is an ETF2L.
Have you seen him lose the season yet? I haven't.
I used my power to start the game, DuMmTm, and I done just that. We are live once again. This is Winter 2023, Week 4, NOOBPANZER versus Nati Noot. Map 1, Snakewater went the way of NOOBPANZER in a close 4-1, which sounds kind of antithetical to each other, but that's just what ended up happening. We are now on to Sunshine. Hopefully, Nati Noot have a little bit more in the tank to show us, to give us exciting Sunshine. We're on mid.
Alrighty, let's see what we got in store tonight for map 2 here. As both teams heading out, and instantly it looks like a bit of rotation here across the map for both sides. Big bomb by Park, will not find success. There's Faust barely alive, bomb onto Disney, or by Disney onto the combo, gets both the demo and the medic. Just Cooper stomps his way through to the kill he actually wanted, and now it's just a bunch of headless chicken. There's more of them though, so maybe that will still make a difference here. Scott behind him as well, gets onto the combo here. Pack take it instantly, Pickles might be fine.
I mean, Voxy just kind of destroys them as they try to go now. I mean, they're still chasing this, but Pickles is feeling so nice. Nati's dead as well. Now Voxy's just trying to take a 1v1 with Lanza here. When it looks like he's just winning, they're back into Cafe. It's completely fine. I was going to make the joke about, yes, there are headless chickens, but it's like those chickens in Zelda. When you hit too many chickens, it's going to swarm you, and you die. But actually,
yeah,
no.
Nati Noot had to do that. That was unfortunately not what was happening. They just kind of walked away. They walked to the loading zone and just unloaded all the chickens again. Just that's vaguely terrifying actually, because they were stuck on the wrong side of mid. They walked to enemy sec. They had to get out of the quick actually. While the soldiers just gonna roll out of the mid suddenly. So they got out of that very unscathed, all things considered.
But it actually has delayed them quite a bit. Force is all the way at 85% here. Hexari on the sniper as well. Nati Noot can slow this down, and we are on a loss. But instead, the Uber is going to come straight out of NOOBPANZER here. They're not really finding that much. I say that, but it's actually Plague and Rifle going down. Counter Uber's popped out, though, onto Nati Noot. And it's just a kill onto Boxy, Joe, and Piggles here. But it's the soldier. He's in behind. It's one Adiski bombing in. Tries to salvage the round. Doesn't get it. And now Shocky. Young Shocky is in lower. He's crouched. He's ready. He's ready for the Nati Noot push out. It's a Plague walking forwards. There's no one on last right now. There's no one pushing dungeon. DuMmTm.
Oh, no, never mind.
God bless. Oh my god, this guy. He's just in lower right now. He's kind of trapped. He does get taken down by the soldier, but Boxy's in as well here. A lot of aggression. Nati bombs in. Hell, kill him to Joe here. I think Nati are actually pushing this very successfully.
Yeah, it worked out just fine, and they still have a couple spare kills to go through into mid with 2. Should make things even better. Not nearly as much long last that we've seen early into map 1. They're getting out of here quick and get some more chances to keep on rolling forward. Spawns up here now, get all the forwards, that's very important. Have very plenty opportunity to keep this second point alive, unless Nati Noot finds some strange opportunity to go in here quick, and they're threatening it at least.
The Stickies on Valley, they're going to have to be careful. Plague just takes the Uber straight in onto Piggles here, but he counter pops the Uber instead now. Plague just gets taken down, no demo in the push. Force not really playing with anyone. It's another kill onto Lanza. They're down 2 now for Nati Noot. They have no business on mid anymore. No demo, man. It's no spam to choke. And NOOBPANZER can walk into second for free. Plague is going to come up in 2 seconds. Probably can still hold on to second unless a Disky finds something interesting on the flank. Never mind. Back on to mid instead. Cap up the Uber. Even Ubers. But still 1 kill here. NOOBPANZER. They could get funky.
So we'll see High Bomb Park trying to just maybe shoot down right, but that works pretty well. So the drop of the high ground on blue instantly punished for as well. Second bomb, Adiski straight on the medic, goes high, but Adiski cannot follow him, and the scouts trying to follow up on that damage. Whoever they can does not get through, but Roxy doesn't succeed. Shocky just doubles down, and that first scout did more damage already. Shocky just with easy cleanup gets behind, and they would love to do something with this right now, but they still have to worry about the man.
He just runs in.
No way.
Has beef, 20 shots, and dies.
Okay, that was... I've seen Shocky hit these.
Giga Chad. If Shocky was from 10 years ago, he would have hit that.
I mean, I don't know. You've seen Shocky hit these earlier, so...
I mean,
Rocky
here's the
from 20
thing,
minutes
right?
ago hit that.
I desperately hope that we have the Giga Chat emote enabled in the chat right now. There's a bunch of players dying. There's actually an Uber popped out Forster. It's a really weird trade on to mid, and it's a play great shot into the skybox again. This gets taken down by Puck bombing in. Now DuMmTm to hold this choke. It's a soldier's gonna have to do so much work. Boxy actually does end up getting taken down, but Shocky pushes the flank. It's just a Force left alive, and he's in a lobby. Might maybe get out. There's a soldier on the hunt. It's a Puck on the chase. It's not gonna get him.
All right, great position for NOOBPANZER to be in as well here. Surprised they're not throwing anyone faster into last just now as well, seeing if they can get advantage out of this. No team has Uber just now, but it will be even one way or another here. Once any team has, the other will follow suit right away. NOOBPANZER opting to just wait for the Uber on their own part and get it safely before anything happens. You give Nati plenty of time to set up on last. I've seen plenty of this before. Then some engineer hackery on the sniper. They always like to have a sniper on the last defense. Not uncommon by any means, but very, very much their A plan here as well.
Uber's popped in now onto the point. There's a lot of cap time already, about half cap. Heavy goes down with no one left to really guard the point. Playgrid can only watch as NOOBPANZER come in and just claim the round.
That just does it. That looked completely effortless even on NOOBPANZER. They just walked in and immediately won, basically. Made it look so easy. If only it was always the case like that, but that gets the first round done and over with. A little bit slower than the first round last game, but still in NOOBPANZER's favor. Take the lead once more, and as we've seen previously, Nati Noot now has to overcome the pressure here down around and need to desperately find their way back in the game.
Force eating a tiny bit of spam early on should be the biggest impact in the world. We're back on mid, and both teams playing enemy cafe at the moment. No team really has any high ground. It's one soldier bombing in, taking enemy valley now, but Puck is still in on his own flower here. Might just get taken down. He's actually trying to win this 1v2 here on the flank. Does so much damage, and with Nati Noot, have to regroup. The demo man damage can come through now, but a lot of damage is dealt to Pickles as well. He's stuck in valley with an enemy soldier who pickaxes him down. Just Joe left alive, and he goes down. Forces up and alive and kicking in 80%, pushing in onto second with a wipe onto NOOBPANZER.
All right, back to back once again. Maybe we'll see a tie-up right away one more time. Be great news for this team in blue to bring this back very quickly. A lot of spam already, just seeing if they can keep the gun down, but they still need to cap the second point. First of all, everyone's slowly but surely moving across the map here. Joe spawns up now as well. They will have those stickies on the last point, making it harder to cap up the point, but I don't know if that will be enough. Invincibility should be coming up as well, and unlike the last push we've seen at the very end of the previous map, surely fouls were not used too late this time.
There's a Shocky standing right at that door, pointing the Pyro air blast into the corner there. Gets so much work done denying this Uber. They don't even get in onto last at all. Lance is the only one in. He hasn't found any kill. The Pyro's still up. Got bowed a couple times. The Uber's reset. It's completely fine. Pickles is 70%.
Once again, it's just looking so easy on NOOBPANZER as well. You don't even see the power much on this map forward, like on some others, maybe like Gullywash, but nope, they opt to do it, and I mean, an off-meta choice like that sometimes will just catch people for surprise. They were completely not ready to actually have to do any of that. They wanted to just have to demo deep and did not get a chance to. Flip side, flank also held pretty valiantly as well. However, not right now, actually.
He's
just
two.
One-up Shocky this time around, but with no help at all. There's no chance to scap it. Draws now, let me one back though. And with Lima coming up with powers, that might just be good enough.
There's a soldier in dungeon as well. He could just go back to last. He's been spotted out, but no. He's going to go, and he's just going to find a kill onto Joe. Rifle is still alive in lobby. The Uber comes out now, out of Pickles, and Force is still not popped. Nati does go down in the end, but that is a kill onto the medic. Look at how much that cap time there already is on this point. Red players now swarming around it, trying to keep their team in the game. It's actually killed the Plaguer already, but the health bars are so low. But the scouts on there. Hexeri is not with his medic. Lanza neither. So yes, they get the kill onto Pickles, but they haven't been building the Uber, so the Uber charge advantage is not even that big, unfortunately. So many red members were up in time, and Pickles on the funny weapon.
I hate to be like that right now, but it's not the first time that you've just been getting out-DM'd in fights that start like winning ones, right? Even on Snakewater, they've just been getting out-DM'd a couple times, and that's a hard difference to overcome sometimes. You really just gotta play that much smarter, and while they've been playing, you know, not like idiots by any means, it's just also not been the difference maker for them here either, and at that point, you know, where do you put yourself apart? Let's see if maybe this Uber they think they have comes through. Technically it still is, because the other team, like you said, does not have an Uber charge at all.
The crits heavy comes out as the Uber charge fades. The point's still half capped, but it's not fully capped, and that crits heavy. The laser beams comes out and it kills Force Lenza, knocking him down as well. Hixeri is not anywhere near the point, and I was looking at that crits, thought it was a little bit weird, but they managed to kite it out. The sentry gun did enough of a job baiting Playgrade to focus all of his damage onto it. They take down the gun, but they don't find anything else, honestly. They just sit back, relax, wait for the Uber charge to end. They completely hold onto it just fine.
Yeah, that's the classic Lego Uber right there, or Lego Kritzkrieg even onto last, just hoping you get it in time and retaliate after the last push that didn't just win the push itself during invincibility. You might have a surprise factor there at the end. Works out this time. Awkward part is that's not Kritzkrieg. That is vaguely a benefit. They will have it first once again, but for how much longer will that be useful now? Surprise factor scout for sure, and if they don't get much heal just now, then I don't know if that will be useful much longer.
They're gonna have to make use of it somehow right now, right? The princess coming out is finding a grand total of no kills. Voxy finds a kill to Nati Noot, but unfortunately that crit did 0 damage. There is now a Timmerman straight onto Pickles. Actually does get cleaned up, but this is not the cleanest Uber push in the world. Actually, Force just gets completely caught out of position, and NOOBPANZER, they sack their medic for an overextending weird fight out of Nati Noot, who focused down the medic way too hard, claimed no position.
Yeah, you really just can't focus on Matt in a situation like this, right? You just need damage players down first, and then Matt eventually after that. If he gets out alive, who cares? You just gotta win the fight in front of you first of all, but they all went for the medic and it would work out terribly for that. Even if you looked away for a second, you wouldn't even be able to tell if you just was the team that was invincible or not, because it looks anything but like that. And one more time they're on the back foot now.
Pushing in second here. It's, Pickles. No longer in the crit streak. He's back on a medigun. Normal weapon. So we're all good. Guys, Lenza on the sniper as well. Gonna be looking towards top here. Gonna have to find an opening headshot kill here onto literally anyone. But you can see actually instead, it's gonna be NOOBPANZER sitting over towards the right side instead. Damage dealt to the soldier. Not much else. They're just edging their way slowly forwards, but now forced. It's 100% as Ubers have equalized. Neither team really going in.
I mean, they just want to make sure they have a good chance here as well. It's even Uber one more time. Last time they played off the tiniest ad. Don't have that benefit this time around as well. Know that it's a gun too. Will make grinding out of this a lot harder, but we've seen how they took the chances of Snakewater. So once again on Sunshine we see if someone will take the opportunity. Spark tries, but not the only one they're throwing in this time. JMaxchill, and I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a sniper play.
Yeah, sniper with a sniper, maybe, perhaps, question mark. And Lenza is currently attempting the impossible challenge of trying to snipe into into Sunshine second, rather. As I have no idea what angle he ever does anything at, but I mean, I guess balcony might be one of them, question mark, maybe? Surely not, right? So he's going to scope up once again. There's just a soldier in his face, and there we go. He's just dead. As Uber's evened out. No sniper on the red team, but it should be fine. Now you actually almost gets taken down. There's so much damage dealt by Hugo. He's just sitting on top, and he managed to get himself a free soldier kill. This is huge for NOOBPANZER, who have traded a kill here as well. A Disky down as well now. 2 soldiers down, 2 players down, both teams. NOOBPANZER do not want to push. We are back on second, where we started. Lanzer's still sniping as well.
I mean, you can take some pot shots here and there, but they really got to land on the medic, otherwise I don't think they're going to be good enough right now, right? I mean, you pushed with the sniper before, that did not work out all too well earlier, so I don't know if there will be any difference here. Once again, opening the door, and there's just nothing to see. There's a bit of spam by Joe, but even that man's not in the sideline as well. And well, you think that might give them good space? Really? I think it's just a bait again as well. You can't really just walk in here. Roxy, even the one taking initiative first out of anyone, just walking right into the lobby, puts up a bit of damage, and they're not liking it yet.
It's, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I think sniping out of Sunshine last into second is basically impossible. There are no real angles. Fortunately, every single way to push out of lobby there is just a choke point, and it's so easy for them to sit back, even out the sniper angles, not get spammed down. But they managed to make their way back into the lobby here. You have to be a little bit more careful with the sniper here, as Lenza could suddenly find his way, move his crosshair, onto an overextending player. There's a soldier here peeking on right side. To be a little bit careful, but thankfully stays alive. We're chilling. Once again, it's a Disky bombing in through lower and just gets the lead, actually. Counter aggression here by Rifle, walking onto right side, gets taken down. Straight to soldier for soldier. We're fine. We're good. Smile.
Voxy barely gets away with that as well, so yeah, I guess they're doing fine just about. But time's running out, right? They sure have the lead, but this would be a lot of ground lost this current round if they end up having to round reset this as well. Don't want to really see this happen. NOOBPANZER gotta make some moves here.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna peek it forwards, and they are going to lose their scout and their soldier. As Nati Noot goes in for a little bit of a counter stack. Doesn't find anything though.
Shocky peeking. Shocky wants to back up so bad as well. Look at this man.
Oh my god, dude, this guy.
He's just feeding on the opportunity.
No, he just gets double kill though. That's pretty big, honestly. I mean, it's not the end of the world for Nati Noot. They should maybe even still be able to hold it. The Sentry God can do a lot of work denying soldiers. We see NOOBPANZER at least. They get in back to a lobby here. They have a little bit of an angle. A little bit of a sack, potentially, maybe? Question mark? Surely.
They're looking for it. Peeking deep. Ooh, Lancer gets a lot of opportunity with that though. Bombed by Park, met out of dispenser, but finally makes it a little bit easier, but there's still the gun and 6 people with it. I guess 5 really, but that's besides the point. They still don't get anything done here. 40 seconds left. They're just gonna have to run in an exchange, and I don't know, we've seen plenty times where that actually just works and you're wondering why didn't they do that to begin with, but I don't know, they looked a little bit struggling right now.
This is what Banny wanted when he made this config, guys. I'm telling you. This is
Banny died for this. This is true.
Yeah, so real. They are now back on last. You can see NOOBPANZER. They have about 20 seconds. Make a Hail Mary push in through lower here. Uber's come out on both teams. There's actually Joe gets juggled so hard. Sentry Gun is now taken down. Both teams now without an Uber. 12 seconds for NOOBPANZER to try and go in, but it's a soldier body shot there onto Hugo as well. Sentry Gun is dead now, but it's 4 seconds left on the clock. There's no cap time still because soldiers are bombing forwards, denying any NOOBPANZER aggression. As we reset the round, it is still 1-0 for NOOBPANZER, but they have not been able to crack that Sunshine last.
Yeah, and while it doesn't feel all that punishing to, you know, you don't lose the round, you just go back to mid. It is only a 1-0 lead, and Nati Noot, as much as they beat their opportunities before, they had some chances already, so one more good mid by the blue team, and NOOBPANZER might be in some trouble.
One bad mid fight is all it takes for Nati Noot to be right back into this game. We're going to have to watch out here. NOOBPANZER cannot drop the ball. As Joe sitting across the point, a little bit more aggressive from Plague, sitting a little bit further back, but damage hasn't been dealt to Joe in return. But it's a bomb out of a disc. He finds it force, and Nati Noot immediately, the cleanup comes through. It's a singular kill on to Piggles that keeps Nati Noot from just immediately dropping this round. But you can see a Disky so fast, immediate aggression and force, just caught with his pants down. What's a Disky doing? What's he cooking? What's this?
Oh, he knows something.
Oh, he cooking. He got the garlic out.
He has some cursed knowledge right here.
Oh my god, dude. If Yoshi rather was still admin, this guy would be banned instantly.
Yoshi's rolling in his grave right now, that's for sure.
Oh my god, dude. But it's so funny because he's gonna drop down and get killed by the This Sentry Gun immediately
No, it's gonna be a genius because they're pushing from the left and he's just gonna get an arrow.
Wait, no
way.
way.
There he goes.
What's he doing?
He gets past the gun.
Nah, but what's little bro cooking, man? He ain't cooking shit.
Oh my god. What a play.
That was certainly one of the plays ever.
Well, that just happened.
Alright,
well,
guys.
I mean, that's not what. Wait, on crits quick, when did this happen?
Wait, what? Oh,
we were so
wait,
distracted by everything else.
Oh my god, that was actually the plan to distract everyone.
Oh god,
but they have to use
imagine
this
the
crit
crits
soon.
on
I mean,
that as
force is
well.
8%.
That's actually a huge missed opportunity. You should have crits on that.
Wait, why didn't they end? I mean, now Sentry Gun is dead. They're finally popping the crits out onto Joe, but he hasn't found anything. It's a kill onto Voxy, actually, just in return is Nati Noot on top. And this Joker's crits is completely over.
Okay, well, we've seen this movie before, right? They have Uber at other last, and then they lose the round. So they know the worst case scenario. How do we prevent that from happening?
He's doing it again. He's doing it again. He's just wallbanging.
He's gonna
this
get
time he
bounced
finds him. He finds a different one, and that just opens up the door. Nothing. They're all going down.
They're getting back up before they even all die. They lost this fight like 3 different ways. There's like 3 things you could do here to try to bring this back on NOOBPANZER position. They could sack the medic, they could backcap, or they could just run in and fight them all. And they did everything at once, and it all worked.
Oh my god, that was disgusting.
Sometimes
I'm still
you're
kind of
just a
shocked
better
by
player.
the first Disky play, but the second Warbug drops down, hits 3 direct rockets onto Force, drops him, as Shocky is just in on last. And Nati Noot, I mean, they're getting kind of clowned on, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty disgusting.
Alright,
Back
back
on
to
the
the
dip.
mid fight it is. Yeah, let's see who comes out on top. NOOBPANZER up pretty confidently at this point as well. There shouldn't have any chance left, but he's blocked by Puck.
Oh
This
my god.
has been good all game, and this mid is no exception.
Yep, that is the nuke. If I've ever seen one. Complete destruction there on enemy
I
Tetris.
think we have reached the breaking point of this game.
Yeah.
I think NOOBPANZER has been winning just enough for the entire game that Nati Noot is just running out of steam at this point. And that just happens sometimes. In many of these matches, you'll notice this. Just it's a close game for a certain length, and then at some point, it's just all over. And if that happens in map 1, that's obviously really, really bad. But this late into map 2, I mean, I can't really blame them running out of options here sooner or later. On Nati Noot, they tried all game to even hold on to whatever little they had, but NOOBPANZER has just been looking so much better for so long now.
Uber should just come out here into top left on to the Demo Man and onto Voxies. They're going to bomb across the enemy side here. Puck just going to go forwards. A lot of countdown on the point. There we go. Voxie stands on the point uncontested. I think you're right. I think this seems a little bit like a mental inner of the bin. Nati Noot have to dig a little bit deeper here. They're going to have to find some little step because they seem so on the back foot. And NOOBPANZER, off of that round 2 play, they get the mid-fight victory, and they are up 3-0. 8.5 minutes to go. Makes it
Adiski really
very
did
difficult.
mental damage to them, I think, with that play earlier.
Yeah.
Like, they just got shadow round by him appearing in front of them.
Soldiers actually are a bit aggressive here on the blue side, but it's Hexeri getting taken down first. Now Piggles in return, but so also Force just gets taken down here. There's a Lancer on low ground, but he doesn't find anything. Jodes is still alive. 2 scouts on the point. The soldier aggression, nice idea, but unfortunately not able to keep their own medic alive. And now it's only one Nati trying to Noot his way to victory.
It does certainly look like we're past the breaking point. I don't know if they have it in them to bring this one back, but they have 8 whole minutes to try and turn this around. It's looking like a very desperate attempt at this point, but it's all they have. Rocky's giving them a very easy kill, just walking this far into second, but he just barely gets out fast enough as well. He was playing with some fire there just now. And threateningly enough, they have the tiniest advantage in NOOBPANZER, and they pushed off last of basically this much before, so maybe they will just continue to take some funny chances.
I mean, I feel like, honestly, at this point, you just throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, so you can find any sort of angle, because they honestly, it just seems so much on the back foot. The question is, do they have those plays to go for? We've seen the Lancer, the Hexeri Sniper in the past. That feels to be the go-to mayhem option. But they just, it hasn't worked so far, and they need something, anything, literally anything to do anything. Because right now, 7 minutes, 3-0 up for NOOBPANZER. They have control of mid. They can just sit here for so long.
They just have all the power in the game right now, and the second this gets anywhere close to round time, they basically already lost on that as well. They gotta really, really find some answers right now.
Question is, what are these answers? They're still just sitting back. No sack has been committed quite yet. A little bit of scout aggression on the valley, but fortunately not more. It's going to come out of that. Instead, it's a Disky bombing forward. Might open the door here. There is a soldier so high up in the sky. It's a Disky taken down here. Instead, the single soldier sack Eames would be proud, as Shocky does go down the flank in the meantime as well. And, yep, there we go. Now 2 down for Nati Noot here. This is their opportunity to push through. The Uber's popped out Force. They're going forwards here, but the counter Uber now on the 2 Piggles as well. Stickies and choke makes it hard for Force to get out, and he just gets cleaned up instead. Hugo is the only one falling here to Hexeri as well, but Piggles and Voxy, they're all the way back on second already. There's a fight going on mid, but honestly, they can just delay. Flagrant has to bomb forwards here. He has to find some sort of kills, but he's not hitting the shots. Piggles and Voxy are still alive, and Voxy is hitting the shots. He's bullying the blue team right now as he's winning the 3v1, potentially make it 4, because Nati Noot's in lobby and he wants none of that. The Germans are here, man. It's so sad for Nati Noot, but it honestly feels like now they might have just Nati'd their last Noot. There was one Nati Noot in onto enemy medic. Piggles might just get taken down and not going to get the round. At least I don't think. They might have cleanup anyway. They're just winning the DM fights.
It is actually close fight at the end, I guess. It's impressive that Moxie and Jockey just are running a train on their opponents, considering that public transport in Germany does not function today at all. But somehow they make it happen.
They really do make it happen. This is nice to see a NOOBPANZER. They feel in control. And if you are a team that wants to challenge the top 2 of TF2 Easy and Witness Gaming, you really should be beating teams like Nati Noot. And I feel like they're proving it. I think Nati Noot may be lacking a little bit of depth in their play, not really having anything to resort to when all is lost and gone. Haven't really had any Hail Mary strategies to set. Instead, this time around on mid again, they've traded one soldier. They actually have decent control of high ground with Puck going down on the enemy valley as well. Might actually be Joe getting caught out hit in choke as well. But it's 5 minutes rather here to play for. Nati Noot are down 4 rounds. They have to keep pushing. They cannot stop.
Yeah, let's see if they can at least get something out of this one, right? Comeback is far cry away to this point still, but oh, maybe they still just get some funny rounds, and there you go, playing a Rex to the scout and hits the medic with it in his head, right behind him, right on the trap, Trophy down in follow-up to that. Moxie nowhere to be found anymore either. That's the soldier attempt will fall apart. All they have is a demo and a soldier, and the soldier is getting caught before the spawner takes off point, and on we go.
Joe wants to kill players on point, but unfortunately the enemy team is also uber charged. They actually get around. Nice! Imagine if they did this like 20 minutes ago.
What, winning?
Yeah, getting around. Do we believe in a TCM of this monumental
Any believers?
They have 4 minutes to get 3 rounds, guys.
I've seen people choke these, so
I've seen a certain yak choke these before.
Many times, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Although
I mean, Rifle doesn't quite hit the rollout. Not the best start in the world. Both soldiers aggressing now, but not even. They only have one button. They realistically can press, and it's W. Puck comes in and denies the demo man, and this counter bomb now onto Ryan as well. They don't have to win this mid fight necessarily, get the wipe. They just have to keep the aggression out of Nati Noot, and the momentum will just leave them almost immediately here. 3.5 minutes for 3 rounds. Takes us basically into the realms of mathematical possibility. I think that mid capture might have just won them the game.
I mean, maybe so, right? Realistically, if you don't get this point back immediately, it's pretty much over immediately already. So, if you're not running in right now, what are you doing, right?
So real. And I think that's why they should be pressing W. But instead, they're sitting back. Alright, there are 2 options here, DuMmTm. 1, take the L, sit on high ground, wait for the enemy team to bomb, farm some air shots, get Venus fragging you. Or, number 2, what they're doing is just running through Cafe and bully Puck for no reason.
I mean, that sounds like a funny idea, so let's go. Oh, never mind, fun is over.
Nope, no fun allowed. Oh my god.
NOOBPANZER woke up, they realize what's happening.
Alright, now they should have taken option 2, which is like get a triple air shot choke. That would have been cooler.
One word over here goes nothing. This is the opportunity to just end the game right now for NOOBPANZER, and with these kills are looking well on track for that. For a net down as well, most importantly. They could end this well before the time limit hits us at just the 5-1 scoreline.
Yep, unfortunately, I feel like once again, kind of signs of life for Nati Noot, not as much as on Snake. This was not as close of a game.
Yeah, Snake was a completely better map for them, I think. Come on, you can sometimes you can in fact tell what team picked which map sometimes from.
Oh really?
I know a lot of the times it's just they traded maps backwards. That makes no sense. But this time around,
what if a team picks Viaduct or Bagel against Witness? That'd be kind of funny. If they did that.
Who would ever do that?
I don't know, but there could be a mad scientist out there that's figured something out. Maybe Mac has a secret recipe that he should have used a week ago.
Mac has not had a secret recipe to win any games this season.
he has not, unfortunately. Had any powerful spells to cast. I thought he would have had something.
They just ran out of mana. Oh no!
Oh no!
This is full of surprises though.
Yep, Disky, nice little backstab onto Force there, and this might just be the end of the game here. There's so many red players onto the point. The Stickies come out, play great, doing a valiant effort, trying to hold off, playing the Demo Man class, rocking down at chokes by himself, but unfortunately, sold out of Joe. He's going to make it 5-1 on map number 2. And that is NOOBPANZER taking Sunshine in dominant fashion, walking away all 6 points tonight, which I think is
sweep.
Very much what they wanted.
I think technically They're actually just uncontested first right now because of this. Because Witness
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Frenchies have not uploaded a demo, therefore they both lost a point for no reason. And obviously TF2 actually did lose a point to the Frenchies legitimately. So NOOBPANZER are going into this week your first place team. Who would have thought?
Nice, guys.
By 1 point.
No, but do we know who on Witness decided not to upload demos?
Who knows? Could be anyone.
Could be anyone, but it's probably Tiger.
That's not the right team. Are you just racist against British people right now?
No, but he has had issues with uploading demos in the past. But this time it's an SCV, so it's different. I don't know why. Like, guys, just download the SCV. Not that hard. Go to serverme.tf. They do it for you. Anyway, guys, we just watched the game. You can see logs on your screen. Would you guys believe that there were stalemates on Sunshine, and therefore we get this game?
No
we
way.
get these logs? No way.
That's crazy.
No way.
How dare you
No way.
say that?
No one did over 300. No one did more than 280 DPM.
Yeah, but they tried their best, okay? And all things considered, that's what counts, right? And for Nati Noot, the real Prem win is surely next week, right?
I have to apologize because I called out Tiger for not uploading demos. He's not even on Witness.
That's what I was talking about. You're just out saying all Brits look the same. Shaking my head. Problematic caster.
Somewhere out there, there's a British AZN and there's a French AZN. They're actually the same person anyway. Oh my god. Yep, that's a game, guys. We did it. All right, NOOBPANZER, their first place Prem. Maybe if we do math correctly. How are we feeling about Nati Noot after this game, DuMmTm? What are the takeaways?
They gotta do still some practice, right? I mean, they've already went through the gauntlet of the top 3 teams right now, and I mean, they had some decent chances here and some okay stuff against TF2 as well. They had no chances against Witness Gaming, so I guess all things considered, it's all upwards from week 1, really. I don't know. I mean, Sunshine's clearly not as much of a Snakewater was, and they just got caught up in their own play a little bit too much as well, right? Just trying to do things too fast and just not thinking things through too much sometimes here and there. And these sort of things becoming second nature, that you can do them as fast as they wanted them to do, but also still do them well, like NOOBPANZER was able to most of the time as well. It's just lacking a little bit. Couple that with clearly, and I'm going to be a bully again, clearly a little bit of a DM advantage on NOOBPANZER for sure. Yep. Leaves obviously a lot of room to improve, but a very good foundation still, I will say. So, I mean, hey, they're not last right now, and again, right, a lot of people probably expected much less from them than they've already done. So, hey, they've beaten out so many teams in history that went to Premiership and didn't get anything. So, you know what? They get 2 starts for efforts. Nice.
We got the tables up on the screen. If you're curious, might not have seen all the games, missed some of them.
Also, the tables on ETF2L are incorrect right now, so these are the only true and real tables you get.
If you are confused about how the scores ended up like this, you might need a little bit of a recap. Tomorrow at 21 Central European Summer Time, we will have an episode of Fully Charged. It didn't happen tonight because it was a Prem game. And also, I couldn't find anyone besides Pappy. It would have been me, and it would have been Pappy, and we would have talked about nothing for 30 minutes. Instead, you're salvaged. Lucky, unfortunately, still not there tomorrow, but I'm still there, fully charged. We got Bumfries, and we got a special guest, Ams, is going to be joining us as well. And Piss, helping us break down what happened in week 4 of Premiership. Also, another huge special announcement, guys. You're going to love this. So, on Friday, I went to the ETF2L Discord. There's a special Illuminati chat for quote-unquote community contributors that I'm apparently a part of. And I asked them why we hadn't had the Season 43 awards yet. And I asked them if they could just send us a screenshot of their spreadsheet, and was met with complete radio silence. But luckily for them, they still gave access to the spreadsheet to Whitehoof for some reason, so he has the scores. So TFTV is now in possession of the results of the Season 43 polls award show. So, on Fully Charged next week, probably Monday, but maybe Tuesday, we're not sure yet, there will be the ETF2L Season 43 award show, along with a recap as well. Guests, dates to be announced. We'll know more about that in the future, probably over the weekend, as we hope we can find some more nominations, some more players to come on, talk about the season that we had ages ago. Follow us on Twitter, where we definitely post it.
If they can make me put it out there, I guess, yeah.
Yep, Fully Charged tomorrow. Talk about this game, the other games that happened last week, and then Wednesday, maybe game, not sure. Thursday?
Thursday,
definitely
definitely
game.
game. And Sunday game as well.
Yeah,
I will
Sunday.
schedule those probably tomorrow while you're doing your show while I'm watching Clander play, which will be a lot of fun as well. Because any Clander game is a good game in my book. Also, they're not playing Boomer maps, so they will probably get rolled.
There is one really good game this week on Thursday that I forgot, and then there's also Mac versus Danny, which is going to be amazing and hilarious. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know which one I'd rather watch. Probably both. You guys probably have 2 monitors, right? Just pull up Swift Shadow Wizard Money Gang on one, and pull up a CSG, or actually a Full Fence NOOBPANZER on the other. Should be a really good game. CSG Nati, maybe not so much. There is a TF2 Witness Gaming game happening, but it's not this week. It's actually going to be next week because they're supposed to Wednesday.
Honestly, all of those games are bangers that are scheduled for this week. Like, going into the week, pretty much everyone's next to each other on the tables there. So anything can happen, really. This is where it gets exciting. We have 3 shoe-ins for playoffs, but everyone else will just have to fight for their lives down there. Should be fun. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Good night. Type XTD in the chat.